Hello, everybody. I'm meteorologist Hutch joining you. We have a lot of weather to talk about. A big travel week ahead. And number one, there's a shift in the jet stream as it makes landfall in the lower 48 as we go through the weekend toward the holiday. And even though we had a very stormy weather along the Atlantic seaboard this weekend, it looks like as we approach the travel period of time before, during, and after the Christmas holiday, we'll be dealing with different kinds of weather across the nation, including some snow. And let me show you the very latest in that, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to look first at one computer forecast model that takes us out over the next 10 days. And this in particular is the American forecast model. Now, the American forecast model that we talked about last week shows our stormy weather now exiting. And now here it goes. And as it does, it's quiet for much of the week, but this low pressure system makes its landfall in the southwestern United States, something we have not seen very much in this El Nino year yet. But what happens when that makes its way through, we have a Rocky Mountain storm system that forms and moves out into the northern plains. So that could deliver some significant weather. We'll slow this down for you to talk about it in a little bit more detail. So areas of impact for this particular system are going to be the Rocky Mountain West, the Central Rockies, and the Northern Plains. So I'll carry this out to the end, and we will go ahead and step through the key time periods of this winter weather system that begins along the West Coast. Here we go. As you see, we'll pause it here. There is a rather large low pressure center on the future radar here from the American model. The date is the 19th as we go through the morning. Now, as we carry this through the early part of our work week heading toward the weekend, we're going to see that storm dive all the way south towards Los Angeles, bringing some much needed rainfall to parts of the southwestern United States that have been fairly quiet this late fall and early winter season. Now, as we go through, we could see that system work its way into the Central Rockies here. Look at the Pacific Northwest. This is on the 22nd. And as we work our way through the week and head toward the weekend ahead, we are going to have that chance at seeing the stormy weather work its way through the Central Plains. So now as we get closer to the weekend here and head into, watch what happens right here. The low pressure system from Los Angeles and Southern California works over the Central and Southern Rockies and begins a trek to the north as we go into the 23rd and the 24th. Now, that is Christmas Eve. And right here, it's going to bring a chance of some snow to the northern plains. And this could also involve some pretty potent thunderstorm and heavy rain activity in the southern plains as that system works its way through. This is on Christmas Eve at night. And as we progress this forward, the storm system will continue to trek its way out toward the Great Lakes. Look at all the rain. Once again, we'll have a fairly potent and wet weather-making system as we head into next weekend. This is on the morning after Christmas, so heading into Monday. Then, as we carry this through, we see another system making landfall in the Pacific Northwest, where it has been stormier than average for this season. And this one comes in with a bit of punch as it works its way through. As we get later into the year, we're talking the 27th as we head towards New Year's Eve, that system makes its way into the Central Rockies and Central Plains in a more progressive pattern, which means the systems will be moving from west to east fairly quickly. And this could mean a, well, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day system heading through the Great Lakes. I do want to point out that these models that go out this far, we cannot have much confidence in these forecasts once we get out beyond day 4 or 5. But if you've seen some of my previous videos here on Hutch's weather, I showed you about a week ago that this storm system was going to cause a breakdown in the jet stream flow and where it makes landfall in the west coast of the United States to more of the southwestern United States. So there is a change in the pattern, and it's been showing up for about a week now, showing that there'll be some stormy weather for at least portions of the nation as we head through the holiday travel hotspot times, right? For the weekend before Christmas and the days immediately after Christmas. And then heading into New Year's, we could see some follow-up weather patterns as well. Not unusual for this time of the year, but it's a great idea to keep your eyes on changes in the forecast in the upcoming period. Thanks so much for watching my videos. If you get something out of them, I sure appreciate likes and shares and comments. My name is Hutch Johnson. I'm a meteorologist. I have been a broadcast meteorologist for the last 26 years, and for 5 years worked in the field of research meteorology. And it's my goal to not only share with you some of the tidbits behind the scenes with regards to forecasting, but really a little bit more in the education about, well, what do these models mean? Does it mean that we're going to have inclement weather as we head toward the holiday season? Here's what I can tell you. I'm going to show you the European model too, just to get that out there and show that there is some consistency. And as meteorologists, when we do see consistent product from model to model, that can give us an idea that, well, the models might be onto something in the extended forecast. Both models showed a breakdown in this West Coast jet stream hitting in the Pacific Northwest with a cutoff low, we call it, down here off the Pacific Ocean, off the coast of California. And when that low ejects and kicks out into the Rockies, what is going to happen is we're going to see an intensification of this system in the central Rockies, and south flow out of the Gulf of Mexico will lace the central plains with hot, or warm, I should say, humid air. As that happens, well, we're looking at a time frame of Christmas Day, and this model 2 showing inclement weather all the way through the northern plains, Bismarck, North Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and strong showers with heavy rain and possibly thunderstorms as we go into and through the Christmas time frame. Notice this is valid for December 25th at about midnight. So we're talking about Christmas Day when a certain elf is working its way through. Now, as we put this into motion some more, we can see the impacts that the European model has carrying out toward the mid-Atlantic states, including central Pennsylvania, possibly even Philadelphia in towards New York, with heavy rain, thunder, and showers working their way through the areas of the Carolinas, while another storm system, just like the American model, stages itself in the Pacific Northwest. So that's a look at the two different models. It's important to keep in mind, once again, I just cannot reiterate this enough. Pay attention to your local meteorologists at the National Weather Service office. They do a great job of keeping us up to date. But a lot of times you don't hear too much advertised about what's coming 7 and 10 days out with much confidence, and that's because we cannot. Our models don't show skill enough to really get too carried away with how much snow may happen or could happen or will happen with these storm systems that far out. What we do know is there's going to be 2 models showing stormy weather through the nation's breadbasket, the Rocky Mountains right before Christmas and the central and possibly northern plains as we head through Christmas and after. And then as we head towards New Year's, more unsettled pattern continues then as well. That's a meteorologist perspective. Again, I'm Hutch Johnson on Hutch's Weather. I appreciate your likes, your, well, subscriptions to my channel, and click the little dingle bell next to the subscription button, and you just may get notified by YouTube the next time I'm doing a video. I sure hope you like the content. Let me know what you'd like to see more of, less of, and I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to, well, talk about weather.